Give it up for Stephen Brooks, one of the most amazing men in my life, somebody who has truly mentored me in the biggest way. Thank you, Stephen. Take it away.
Thanks, brother.
You're very welcome. Oh!
Oh, are we on camera? Oh my God, I might not have done that if I had known. I would have done it even harder. Hi, everybody. How we feeling? Thank you for being here. There's so many different places at the festival that you could be, and you've chosen to be here, and I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm going to sit down. Is that okay? My dad always said, why stand when you could sit? Why sit when you can lay down? So on that note, can I put that beanbag right now? I'm just kidding. I look around at Envision, and I feel so happy how many people are happy and thriving, and it feels really amazing, to create a container and then watch all these ingredients get brewed. All of these different ingredients coming together to make this incredible soup that we are, this soup we call Envision Festival. And and the Freedom Culture Camp within it, I've heard Mark talk several times. It's like you have the macro, which is, this movement and this culture that we are. And then we have Envision, which is just one event where we get to connect and to, spread ideas and dreams and visions, and then all the way down to more of a micro, the Freedom Culture Camp. And I think that's what we're all dreaming is to create a culture where we're freer. And I was just out on the Village stage, and I introduced my friend Ali Khan and Daniel Pinchbeck, who how they radically are constantly questioning. And what I would invite everybody to here today to do is to really question everything. Question where your food is coming from. Question where your water is coming from. Question where all the things you buy are coming from and where the profits are going. And we can't always be doing everything right. We still have to buy cell phones, which have like metals that I probably don't even understand how they're mined. I think part of the challenge and part of the process is just being present and being aware of our impact and not pretend that we're, so eco or we're so holy or we're all transitioning into doing better and to walking lighter and to being the best versions of ourselves. And it's easy to judge others. It's hard to sometimes do all the things that we want to do, but this is an opportunity together to try to hold each other accountable in a non-judgmental way of really trying our best to make positive choices to have great impact on ourselves and our community and our friends and our families and on the greater communities that we're a part of. I first moved to Costa Rica in 1995. I'm from Miami, Florida. And I grew up in the suburbs there in Miami, and it was a very good childhood. My parents are amazing. I kind of grew up in the Brady Bunch in many ways. My parents are still married. They've been together since 8th grade. I love my sister. I grew up like in a very kind of middle-class suburb. My dad was a dentist. And I, didn't even realize, what was happening, as I lived in the suburbs, like what is a suburb and who designed it? Or, if I had to go anywhere, I had to hop in a car and drive 7 minutes. Why? Like who set that up? It seems so wrong. It wasn't until a couple experiences. I went to see the Grateful Dead in October of 1988, and it radically changed my life. It was my first time ever tasting community and being around people that cared about each other. And it wasn't about like me against you, but I'm with you and let's go to the show together and dance because want to help. Everyone wanted to help each other, and I really appreciated that. I came to Costa Rica in 1995, and on vacation here, I watched a playground full of indigenous children get sprayed by a Chiquita banana crop duster. In every talk I ever give, I say that, and I say it because it was the day in March of 1995 that I got jolted, radically jolted, and I literally pulled the emergency brake on my life and said, wait a minute, I can't even consider living the old ways of the way I was doing things, or I can't even consider, dedicating to my life to anything else but trying to pull us out of this madness the best I can, whatever that might look like, whatever I could possibly do. This 21-year-old suburban Jewish kid from Miami. What do I know? What can I do? Where can I put my energy to try to shift things? And, we have this incredible ability to hit the negative sign or the positive sign on the Google map of our life. We could go all the way into right now today, March 1st, 2019. Who are we right now today, and how are we spending our day, and who are we talking to, and what effect are we having on things? All the way to the, zooming out. Like, I am Stephen Ryan Brooks, born November 15th, 1973, grew up in Miami, Florida, 24 years ago. It's like we can zoom in and out of who we are. And I think the idea and the goal is, how can we be as intentional as possible with our time here? And how can we find ways to positively affect ourselves and everyone that we interact with? So with that in mind, in 95, after that experience, I started bringing school groups down to Costa Rica from the States and Canada, and I tried to create this program that would, a very intentional program to radically impact young people into, seeing how beautiful Costa Rica was while really experiencing the reality of the rainforest destruction and the indigenous cultural decimation and the, agricultural just industry that was just wreaking so much havoc on this earth. And then I wanted to show solutions. I don't want to send anybody home depressed. And what did those solutions look like? And who am I? And how can I try to figure some solutions out? What does that even look like? So I started a farm on the Caribbean side, off the grid. It's called Punta Mona. And it's amazing. Raise your hand if you've been to Punta Mona. Yeah. Punta Mona is a 90-acre farm on the southern Caribbean coast of Costa Rica, right near the Panama border. And we have one of the largest collections of useful plants in the world. I've literally gone all over, from the deepest depths of the forests of Borneo to, 14-hour boat rides up the Amazon, connecting with indigenous people and trying to understand the plants that excite them and try to understand the plants that make their lives better and how they use them. I'm an ethnobotanist, which is I study the relationship between humans and plants, and I'm fascinated by it. I can't even tell you how. I'm kind of tired now, so I seem all mellow. Steve's probably saying, "Dude, Steven, you seem so mellow." I'm really tired. But plants are the most amazing things ever. They're all the shit we put them through. They're still here to serve us and spoil us and take care of us. And so Punta Mona has become an incredible demonstration of another way to design time and space and socio-economic relationships and our relationship with plants and our relationships with food. And every day we're trying our best to find ways to do better. And we invite you all to come. Next weekend we have an event called the Roots Gathering. If you're going to still be around. If you're still around, you should come check out the Roots Gathering next weekend in Punta Mona. It's therootsgathering.com. And on top of that, I live in a community called La Ecovilla, which is 45 families from 25 countries. And the families that live there co-created a school that now has 50 children in it, because we radically question the way things are. And now we just bought 170 acres next door, which is called Alegria Village. And I brought some postcards here if anybody's interested. It's going to be another 100 families, and we're going to do a kind of maker space, and we're going to focus on our elders. We need to take care of our children and create great schooling and education for them, but we also need to take care of our aging parents. And it's really hard to do it yourself. You got a 75, 80-year-old dad or mom, it's hard. But if we're all doing it at the same time, we can collectively do it really well. We need to take care of our children, and we need to take care of our elders, and it needs to be integral to the design of our communities. So Alegria Village, we're really trying to do that, and I cordially invite. And we're doing a big dinner on Wednesday night. If you're still in the country on Wednesday night, it's on your way back to San Jose. I got little flyers here that I could pass around. We just created the most epic garden, and we do these farm-to-table dinners where all the food pretty much comes from right there where we're going to be eating, and it's my friend Humans playing music, and we're having a big new moon party after it, so you can really experience not only the food in the garden of the community that we're creating, but also to really experience the social alchemy that we're brewing there, and feel what it feels like, and taste the dream that we're dreaming. And And yeah, with that being said, I've got flyers if anybody wants one, and I'm really, really honored to be partnering with Marcangelo and with Garrett and with Samantha and this whole crew in curating this space. And I'm so honored that you've all chosen to be here right now. Thank you so much.